And yes, we are live. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Let me confirm here. Good morning, everybody. This is FOREX Trading Live. And is this. Wait. I don't know why this does not appear like right away here. Oh, okay. There we go. Let's see. Okay, so I just got stopped out. I got stopped out. This is the only trade I took this morning. Got stopped. I'm not the only one. Wait, I attempted a continuation one, but that one I closed earlier. So this one stopped out. This one half a risk lost. So today not so good for me. Just like yesterday, that I lost my profits for playing with the. I mean, yesterday was because I was forcing trades for the sake of the live stream, which I'm never gonna do again. Like if I don't, so let me start with this. Today, this is a range, and it is not a good one. Meaning today, day trading might not even be a good idea inside this. So we might not even, I might not even trade today anymore. This to me was the best entry so far I've seen. This one here, took it. I was aiming for this. I was aiming for this level. Look at this. I was aiming for this level, and this thing on the 5 minute took me out. This little guy here took me out before I even got here. This this is a range zone, and now we're getting out of this liquidity zone really aggressively. So this now looks more like a buy than a sell. So just so you all know, I am not really that interested in buying today. Yesterday, I got my profits back in Asia doing this. Look, this is obvious entry, right? Literally enter here, literally enter here. A stop loss kept it below this one. It was at the top of the structure, right there. I remember, and just waited it out. Perfect. It was a 3R. No problem at all. No stress. I was even actually having dinner and all of this, so zero stress. I was only monitoring like slowly, and it actually fell all the way down to this zone here, which is this wide. This is like a really wide zone down below here. Now, my point is, we grab liquidity, but this zone here on this is gold has been, look at this, has been really massive in the past. So if I was, hey, Dreamer Latino. So if I was more kind of like biased towards sales to the continuation here and closure around here, but look at what it is doing. It is literally now coming back above here. Daily structure is still bullish. We are in the middle of the corrective wave. We just tapped into the zone. So let me show you something here. 4 hour flipped. So 4 hour, which is why I entered here, by the way. It was a confirmation with the 4 hour. It was, if you notice where I entered here, it was also with the expectation that now we were gonna break because this thing here literally broke by like 1 pip below the previous 4 hour candle. So when it gave me the formation, I said, this is just the formation for the continuation, and literally that's what happened, right? And if you look at the 4 hour, actually, if I do this, you're gonna notice that this was literally the expectation of breaking this to fall, which is why I took profits here because this was kind of like the safest TP for me. But I had the expectation of at least seeing this one. Honestly, this visit down here so aggressively, I wasn't like expecting at all, like within 2 sessions, but it's okay. He gave it. Uh, So now this is a range zone from where we could actually range today to for this to move up aggressively to here. Like for example, the next target here looks seems to be around here, right? Seems to be around here. Not because of the trend line, but because this is also a zone, right? This up here from where I have this is also a zone. So from here you can come and do this. London's Sanjan. London was bad. Violated every rule. Oh, okay. I thought you said something else. FOMO and impulse. London session was easy. Essay, but I messed up everything. Need to work on FOMO and impulse. Well, yeah, I think, yeah, you're pretty much going through the motions. That's what happens when you're learning this. Just make sure you don't get FOMO. So this one got stopped out. Pissed me a little bit. So that's where we are today. And now we're breaking above. This is 5 minute, and then let me see if I so just like yesterday. I mean, the difference from today and yesterday is I don't care. I really don't care if I end up not trading if I don't see my setup, because yesterday I just wanted to kind of like, hey, you know what, let me see if we can get like a live trade and execute and all of that. And there was no need to force it. Yesterday was a selling day, which we said from the beginning, and then just should have stuck to that. So that's what I'm gonna do today. No forcing anything, just trading. um, Not forcing absolutely nothing. I don't care. I don't think. I don't care what market. Uh, I mean, I don't care that we haven't. Well, I mean, we already did now, so I guess I'm covered now. uh, yeah, this looks like a reversal to continue going up. This is a range. I don't like ranges, especially I don't like range this particular zone. This zone was really messy last time. From here, you notice we stopped here for whatever reason, and then just came all the way down here, and then even grab liquidity from here, and it was a weird pattern. But on the 4 hour, remained bullish, which was the giveaway for me. But look at this, it remained bullish, but grab liquidity down here. So um, daily is daily, I guess. And look at that rejection. So I'm expecting this. I'm in sales today, right? I'm expecting this visit. Look at what it did, and who knows if this was like another move just to take out retailers, just to finally come here, for example. And that's why I hate this range. Oh, look at that. It's not even funny. Yeah, this is not even funny. The way gold is moving inside this range. And believe it or not, if you wanna get like if you want to get like an entry here, if any entry were to be taken here, let me see. We're at the limit of the range. Yeah, we're at the limit of the range here. It would be from here to here, and that one would make sense because we are right at the limit. Actually, this is what I was a little bit what I was looking for today. What? How long? How in 1950? Yeah, but then you see, it's I'm not gonna do anything because then we have one, two, three, four rejection of stress. If I'm not gonna even count this one, just wins inside from London to today. We have one, two, three, four rejecting structure, not anything, not a little thing. This is rejecting one, two, three, four structures, and we are bearish, and I'm looking for sales, and I was interested in this area, but one, two, three, four, then that that throws me off, and then even though I want to sell this because this is the limit of the range, now I don't feel like doing it, even if I miss it, because now I have way too many rejections for my taste. I would actually sell this little piece of here if we actually finally close, and look, this was a fake out from this morning. I remember somebody grabbed this in the other group, and yeah, we warned a lot about this limit here, and meaning this is actually, so whatever it is inside of here can literally give you a false signal. And even if you get a good entry, look at this. This was amazing this morning. Like I was like such a good entry, such a good entry. This one, like I enter here and stop loss right, like right there at the top of this. Everything was perfect, right? And just look at this, like moved all of this, and instead of just giving me that little final move, this was the ego. I should have closed here. Ego play. And oh, this is a good example of what I call the ego loss, or when you lose by because of the ego. What do I say all the time? If you're right there, just close it manually. And I didn't close it manually, and it just came for my entry because I already had moved to stop to break even, and I missed all of this. I'm telling you, I took a sell on GJ at zero, between 0 and 4 a.m. 1 hour chart. Let's see, GJ. So really quick, this looks like a buy continuation, but you see that's the problem. You already know by now how I trade. I stick to the main bias, and if I don't see what I'm looking for, I pretty much not just don't trade. So today I'm looking for sales. We even you know what? We have a reversal here. We have a double bottom. That's the only thing that I should be. I don't know. I should be more flexible on that one. Is it in the 1 hour? It's not in the 1 hour. So yeah, I have no answers for that. Other than waiting for the breakout and formation to continuation, or I'm not gonna trade this today. I guess this is a range, so I'm just gonna wait for, if we see something before not between now and 11, then I take it. Oh, GJ kind of makes more sense. Let me see. It's been a while since last time I did GJ. This is the last time I did GJ was this. I mean that I traded GJ. Oh, GJ is also here about the new restaurant called Karma. There's no menu. You get what you said. That's a good one. Okay, so what is this? GJ is bullish on the weekly. GJ is ranging on the daily. So GJ is not so tempting at all. So GJ has been bullshitting on the daily. Literally, is compressing, you know, from both sides. Like it's forming a new high, and a higher low, a lower high, a higher low. So it's compressing. It's not. It's not doing anything specific. 4 hour is actually bullish. So for the intraday, if I were doing anything on GJ, would have been buys. You have low, high, and a higher low. So you have a higher low here, higher low here, higher low here. So I would stick to buys for them in the meantime. But honestly, I don't like compressing structures, um, because they are a little bit tricky. You really don't have, like, unless the same thing, unless you actually sell a limit. You would have to identify the zones, so you figure out, okay, so here we have a level, here we have a level. Why do I have this like this? Oh, this is a weekly. Okay. It doesn't look like it's too good for be this. It's just good enough to be this. Here we have one. Here we have one. This is a strong one. Here you have another one. This is even red, actually. So I wouldn't, if I were looking for anything, would be buys, because the last thing it did, it printed was a higher low. So I guess that would be the last good reference on a higher time frame, and also 4 hours is bullish. So I would stick to buys with GJ at this particular setup. It actually, oh, it actually came for a good level here on the 4 hour. Okay, so that's good for buys. It could come all the way down here, grab some liquidity before continuing going up. I guess in the 1 hour we could see this happening. See if it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense right here. So you could see here 1 hour coming here, doing something here to continue going up from this zone. I guess that's what I would have been doing. Now, last 1 hour was bearish, and that was the 8 a.m. This was Asia. So let's see what the sessions did. Asia, this was New York, and then Asia formed the top. Came for London. London pushed, created the bottom. Pre-New York formed a little bit of a wave, but we are respecting previous lows. So from here, it would make sense to, if I were looking for buys, it would be from here, around here. This is a good level too. It's just typically this level doesn't hold it's specifically. Last time it came up, it's still liquid, grab liquidity from down here, so it would make sense to grab from here. Hey, good morning, Joseph. Yeah, it would make sense to grab from here the entries, if anything. Oh, I almost forgot to send the link here. Whoa. Almost forgot. Almost. Okay. Oh, look, this is a nice read. Okay, so you see, what did I say? Today I'm only looking for sales, but we are in a range for day trading. So, oh, actually, I'm gonna sell this. This one looks better, way better. This one I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna hold from here, and see if today from here we fall. This is a range, but this is looks like this one from here. I expect this to give me what I'm looking for. Let me only wait for my. No, I just need just a little bit of a push up to grab the entry as we. I would prefer if this. So this one I'm gonna expect from price. I want this to break below here. Here. So I'm gonna go for this if we see this formation, and as we break below here, this is what I was expecting. What is this? 930, right? Yeah. Oh, we're about to, oh, let me wait for 930. Okay. Yeah, let me wait for 930. I want this 930 to close below. If 930 closes above, then it's over. The next setup that I would look for, if that happens, today, if we close above here, let me go to the chart, to the scalping chart for whatever. Let's do this. Let's do removal analysis. Let me do a quick scalp chart on gold. We have this. Has been respected, but keep in mind this is the real strong area that I'm aiming for, and this is really strong down below here, and we have another liquidity zone down here, really strong one. But then we have something going on from where this rejected the structure and this tapped into here before coming for the liquidity. So you have a strong liquidity area here. You have a intermediate zone inside of here. That's all of that is in the 4 hour, and then we have this going on. This is the top. For whatever reason, we came 1, 2, and still stayed inside the range. So the range is actually from here to here. The range to watch out for. Body closures are actually happening here, but what I would do is I would make this a zone to be watching for. So that means most likely I guess I'm not gonna be selling that thing, I guess, depending on how we close now. So this is the ranging thing that we're having here, right? We just came from here. Oh, this was my sell from last night. Forex. Who is in the Zoom? Yeah, in the Zoom is from my Discord group, because I want to have a little bit more control on. But you can join for free. I'm not charging anybody anyways. But it's just it's directly from the other group, because I was sharing the Zoom everywhere and I started to get weird noises, let's say. So I have a little bit more control on Zoom if I know exactly that it's coming from just one group. So if you want to join, you can just come directly from the description below. You have the access. It's free. I'm not charging. I don't have anything to sell. I always say that. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, this is a range day. So don't stress today with forcing trades. For example, right now we're at the middle. We're in the middle of a range. We have an issue here. We have body closures here. So if I take it like this, we actually have body closure here and body closure here and body closure down here. And then it confluences. So you literally have like all of this. Look, the moment you have all of this, you have this, look, makes sense. You have this, makes sense. You have this, makes sense. The moment you have all of this, that is a day that day trading is not a good idea for me. So there's there's people they're really good at trading ranges. I'm not that guy. Oh, my setup is forming. Oh, freaking okay. Yeah, my setup is forming. My setup is forming for the sales. Look, I was expecting and I missed it, I guess. No, because I was waiting for the 30 minute. It's okay. Because I wanted this liquidity and then enter at the break of this. That was the setup. But then I wanted the 30 minute to close. I guess I'm going to just wait for the 30 minute to close. Oh, there you go. I think that's the 30 minute, right? Yeah. I hope we don't fall right away. I think we have enough now structure on the 5 minute for do that. I want to wake up, if anything. If not, it's going to leave me. Oh, crap. It's going to leave me. This makes sense to fall from here to here. It's just like this morning, right? Just like this morning. Exactly same setup pretty much. But this still doesn't make sense on the 5 minute. Okay, so I'm not gonna enter. Look, this is what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for I want another 5 minute. Wait, I'm confused. Oh, this is this gave me the entry. Because we have 1, 2, 3. Oh, I think I missed this. This was the so maybe because I was so focused on waiting for the 30 minute closure. I think I'm gonna. So this is the only trade I would take today. Actually, I prefer if this actually forms that wick for the 30 minute. We don't have that wick, and that would be it. This is a range, and that's the only way I trade ranges at the limits. Really appreciate you, man, sharing your analysis daily. Hey, thank you, brother. If you guys have like analysis, you can also share it. Okay, just keep that in mind. Um, oh, don't tell me I'm missing this. Yeah, I guess I missed it. I waited too much. Hesitated there. Yeah, that's it. I guess. Look, It's coming down for this. I would have been TPing here, and this would have been the runner TP, like run, TP again. TP would have been the same place from this morning, just a few pips below the zone. I mean, before we get to the zone, and and shoot, there it goes. The moment we break below here, this is gonna go straight here. So I could actually go for a sell stop. What time is it? 9:32. Yeah, but you see, this is the trick. This is tricky, right? Because then here I would have been placing a break even, and there's a really high chance that even if we go down, this still takes me out. Like here, I would have been doing this at this moment, right? Which is what I did this morning. And look at what I did this morning. Enter here. I at the moment we had two 5 minute candles looking down. I did this, and look who came for my entry. This little guy here, and still came to my TP. So that same thing I would have been doing here. Just missed the entry. But if you, for example, if you grab this, right, oh, okay, it's gonna TP1 here. Oh, that's good. Here, I would have been closing TP1 for sure. Now, that was the setup. Okay, so I just, you know what? I just missed it. I hesitated. I guess because I was pissed because of this morning, and now I hesitated for this one. Missed my head. This it. Now this is the one I could actually sell stop this one below here, from here down to here, because this is my target for today. My target for today, I said it in the beginning, is this zone here. If we don't get to this target today, then I have no setup. 1841, 1841.3 is my main, kind of like main target, but the zone is this big. The zone is actually this big. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Look how complicated that looks on the 1 hour. Look, how would you actually sell this if you're not looking at a lower time frame? Like how would you execute that if you're not really looking at the lower time frame? You would never do it. And that was it. That was the trade. This is a range. You don't wanna go for too long for anything. Like I said, I would have been closing TP here, and I would have been calling it because you don't want to mess with. So anybody inside of a trade inside here at the middle of the road, in the middle of the road, is not a good idea. I like we were talking about that this morning actually, the other group, which is many people started getting in here. This is not a good idea here. This is not a good idea here. It is a good. This is a good sell. This is a good candle actually. Not gonna lie, this is a good candle. I'm gonna wait for this one because this also looks like a rejection to maybe see if this comes back to zone and starts living rejections here, and then maybe I can re-enter like around here. That's the early, but then this was the move that I was pretty much looking for. Now I'm not too excited. I have this going on, and I have this going. Oh, and then I had this going on. You see this that happened here. I don't know if you see it. Maybe I can do this. Yeah, that's a missed trade. So break even, missed trade, and good trade. That's the difference. 9:30. It's okay. Then I wait for this. This would have been done by now. So, but at least you got the idea. If anybody's learning, you can back test this. You want for that. So this is what you look for. You look for 5 minute candles leaving big wicks on the upside. You want that against a strong zone. It has to be a confluence. It cannot be just that. You want confluence. So what do you have here? You have many other 5 minute structures being rejected from the same place. From here, we could actually continue going up. And if we break above this zone, you see this is so strong, 1, 2, 3, that if we break above, now we can actually shoot up to here and then obviously I would actually miss most likely this continuation up. And look, now we would it would be 1, 2, it would be 1, 2, and a huge wick if this flips. I would miss it because I would not buy. I would stay today. I would stay with looking for sales, and then that would be a blank day for me if anything. But the idea is this. So if you want to get the setup, this is my morning. For example, this is my this morning setup. We had this. Look, we had look there. This morning I was focusing a little bit more on the 15. The moment we had this doji against this zone here, trend, you can obviously draw your levels here if you want. To me, this is the 4 hour level. That was a key reference for me. Because we were just 1 hour away from closing the 4 hour. As we break above here, that could anybody interested in that? Whatever breaks above this, those wicks here, they are so hard, they're so strong, and this is such a big wick that there's a really high chance this shoots up really aggressive. I'm not gonna buy today. I'm only selling today. But if that happens, you actually have a nice look. This is aggressive liquidity. We have rejected anything that breaks above here, give you a confirmation against this zone, like any you see like this. You break above here, there's a high chance you see another candle coming for liquidity to this zone and then shooting up, or even shoot up on just at once. But for that matter, this was the trade for today for me. I'm just sharing with you guys the so you can backtest this setup, right? The moment you have a straight formation that respects so well structure and it goes with the levels, it has to be in confluence with the levels, okay? It cannot be just the trend line, okay? Trend line is just a guide so that you know what you're doing. But it cannot be, for example, that's why I'm not gonna buy, as even if we break above here, it most likely it's gonna shoot up. Uh, because I want, for me to buy, if I want safer buys, I want confirmed buys. What is a confirmed buy? You see this that is going on here? I would like a closure here and a formation of support above this level for me to feel better about short-term buys, okay? So I would actually miss this buys as we make them, as they happen. Um, 30 minute, it's looking quite nice. I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna shoot up really aggressively. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is really, really nice buy. Man, I should be taking at least a half an entry the moment I see a closure. I just need to see the confirmation because this could oh, look at that. Yeah, as at the moment I see a closure here and a confirmation here, I think maybe I should take a half an entry, half a position. But this is what you don't want. You don't want to enter at the break and get this. This is why I said that this range is not to be messing around with unless you're aiming for the right direction. To me, aiming the right direction is down below here. Oh, now the break below. If it happens, it's gonna fall hard. Straight to the zone. Wow, this is it. Actually, I'm gonna sell this right now. Selling here. Wait, no time to draw. Wait, let me take profits as soon as we get there. Yeah, I entered there. I entered there. Pull me back a little bit. Enter. It gave me like a nice pull before entering. My stop loss are gonna be honestly. This is my aim for today, right? Oh, it gave me the pips, and because I was aiming to draw this, I could have closed like half of it. I'm going for a hyper scalp on this one. Um, I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna hold this. It should have enough steam now. This was a nice liquidity grab, by the way. Oh, nice. Okay. There we go. We're in the money. I'm gonna hold this. I'm gonna hold this. I'm gonna hold this. 10 pips. 10 pips is too small, but we're in a danger zone. But I think we could actually fall really harder today. If we fall, this grab way too much liquidity here. Oh, look at that 1 hour. Whew. Jeez. Okay, we could even hard. We could go hard today. Gonna secure half just in case here. Uh, uh, yeah, secured half, and oh, it's now coming back to entry. But I'm not, I'm not so worried. The stop loss still not a break even. Gonna give it a little bit of room because this is a nice push down. I'm tightening it. Okay, now as we leave the station here, I'm uh, thank you, Rafael. I'm gonna place the stop loss right above the 1 minute candle, right above it, because I already took profits here, half of it. 1 minute is kind of printing a little bit of a rejection there. Um, okay, now I'm in profits. Even if it takes me there, I see that it would be a small loss. It would okay. It took me just a little bit of the profit. Wow, that was too aggressive. Wow, that was a tricky trade, and it was. But I think we still have enough. Look, we didn't tap into here, so look. Wow, that was quick. Yeah, that was too many emotions, right? Okay, so ended up taking half a percent, half of the risk here. By the way, it was full position, but it was honestly, it was full, like it was just a standard position that typically I take with like 20 pips or something like that, and it was wow, that was a roller coaster. Yeah, so I TP'd here, took half. Um, what I did was thank you, Rafael. That was yeah, that was risky, but it was risky. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not. It wasn't so risky for me because my bias was to visit this. Woo, jeez. Okay, so the moment we had this wick here, this is where I moved the stop loss. I already had taken profits here. This took me out here, obviously, but I ended up in profits because I managed to grab nice and nice. Wow, that was quick. That was whoa. Listen, you don't want to mess with the ranges unless you're like at the yeah. Today I'm done. Yeah, that was and then trying to like draw this for you guys real time. It was a little bit messy for me. It was a little bit messy. And look at that. That faked so many people out. I'm sure that faked a lot of people out. Wait for clear setup. Yeah, you're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna have a clear setup in a range. What you can have is like, well, you have a clear setup on the lower time frame. I actually had my clear setup. It was look this one from earlier I missed. It was this one that took me out. So do you see what happens when you're in a when you're in a range? You are the market's bitch. Okay, so you're the market's little thing because this was a good one for me. Like I really like this setup. This is clear setup. You have two 5 minute candles coming down. You move to break even. It takes you out, right? You have this one. Now this one was right before we closed the 30 minute. So I missed it. I wanted like the 30 minute closure. I don't know even why because this gave me the setup here. I even said, hey, as the moment we break, if we visit here, we break below. I should take the entry. Missed it. Okay, whatever. But look at this. If you didn't take profits here, look what it did. Came for everybody here. Because even if you placed it here above the structure, it came for you. This literally came for you. If you didn't close here. And now look at this. Now it tapped again into the zone. Now it came all the way down, all the way back. Remember, news already happened. News happened this morning. And they were mixed. Look, this was mixed emotions, right? Bring it even know what I just did. There you go. Look. So now look at what it did. This is, I mean, I don't even like, this was a magic trick that I just did here. I'm actually quite happy that I even got a profit in this freaking, weird shit that is going on today. So I'm gonna take my wins, and this, just so you know, for anybody that likes to trade both bias, this makes more sense that now it should push aggressively up just because of the same thing that it did this aggressive move here. Because now you grab so much entries here, so many entries, that this should push aggressively up. At the moment you see this break of this wick, it should move as just as aggressive. It would have to break it, but the moment you see it, there's a really high probability we see this shooting up aggressively, even towards this zone up here. Now I'm not in buys anymore. I'm not in anything anymore. But I'm just gonna watch it like a movie. This was something else. I actually feel I actually feel um, let's say proud of being able to grab this liquidity grab, because this is, yeah, okay, that was cool. I mean, there has to be action, right? This is a this is a nice stream. We had an action movie just going on right now. uh, a roller coaster. Yeah, Marve. Hey, Marve, thank you for your comments. I really appreciated it. Buenos días. Excelente entrada. También la tomé. Yeah, thank you for your comments. Now, Marve, this is officially, look, okay, we're closing, we're breaking it. Let's see what happens. I'm just gonna watch it. I wouldn't take this even if it happens, because I am done. And this is too sketchy. All of this is too sketchy. What's going on here? Look at the look. This is 5 minutes. Look at those 5 minute candles. Look at them. Look, look. Sizes. This is a 35-minute candle, right? Let's look at another size. This is a 62 pip 5 minute candle. This one most likely is gonna be a 60 something. Let me see. Let's see how it ends. This most likely ends up being a 60 something, around the size of this one. Let's see. Yeah, this is. Oof. Alex managed to close 12 pips fast. Went to 20 but moved too fast. Nice, man. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Nice. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Okay, let's see. Let's see the size. Today is the bank's day. Okay, so the size wasn't 60. The size ended up being good enough. This is a nice size. This is 46. Still good. Now, now this broke the wick. Now it has a lot of volume just to pressure up. So I wouldn't even expect this to drop too low. Like if it grab liquidity, like even from then, from there, it could just already shoot up more. Because it grabbed way too much liquidity here. So it would be weird. I mean, actually, it wouldn't be weird because this range is that's what it likes to do, to grab liquidity deep. But that would be like giving second chances for people that already have a bias here. So I would, this is the deepest I would expect this to. Yeah, you look, this is the deepest I would expect it to go, respecting this push to go up. Now, look, this is the cool thing. Now the bias for the intraday, see, we're about to go to 10 a.m. Now the bias should be buys, but this is the problem. Like I said this morning, we are, wow, that's, yeah. Do you think we could reach 1853 with that liquidity? Yes, we have enough. Look at this. This is one, two structural rejections with a huge liquidity grab down to the zone. So, it actually has enough steam to grab, not, I don't know 53, to be honest, now that I think about it. Let me see. Yeah, it could well But this level, yes, yes, it could be 53. Yeah, you're right. It could be 53. This is the 4 hour level. I have it as a weekly, but you can do this. No problem at all. It could actually be 53. You're right. Yeah. I mean, that's a good level. I would oh, look, it tapped, it got there, right? Look, it got here. Now, next target here, I would have been, yeah, I wouldn't be doing anything to be honest. I would have missed this. Wow. The closure of that 5 minute was the entry for the buy because of the liquidity grab. Look at that. The closure gave it away. Look, the closure gave it away. But then you don't want to be involved in such a trouble. The 1 minute has a way better setup. You mean for this, for the entry? Rafael? You mean this entry?
Yeah, that entry and to see a continuation going up to 53
Yeah.
is retesting the previous high, which was 1847.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, it could go back up to 53. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, yeah. Now it makes sense to come around here or around here, bounce from here, continue going up. But see, sales were a good idea. Sales were a good idea. Even this little trick here. The reason why I went for it is because this is what I call limits of zones. And when you have such a good rejection, for example, this was 9 a.m. I remember this very well because this caught somebody in another group. And this one here is the limit. It's pretty much like a, let's say a little fake out for the people grabbing continuations. So the moment you grab all of this liquidity, it had no business coming down to the limit of the zone. Meaning that if you grab all of this, come to the limit of the zone, you're gonna trigger a lot of people stop losses because also the swing traders and anybody like that was taking aims and taking buys around here, they most likely placed the stop losses around here, and the last stop loss was below here. You see, so there was all of this was just triggering stop losses and accumulating better orders for the big guys. So they triggered all of this, pushed price down. I was literally counting on that triggering because the moment we came from here, faked all of these people start triggering stop losses. That made sense that this is the limit of the zone. You're gonna have a little push here. Now, honestly, I was expecting it down to here, but the moment I saw my 16 whatever I saw, I remember and saying, you know what, this is a range area. You don't want to mess with ranges. I'm gonna take what it's giving me. I'm gonna call it a day. Yeah, gold usually breaks all of those bad left zones with a one big candle, but we'll see. Yeah, one big candle. Yeah, well, today is a interesting day because there's a lot of people are gonna lose money if they don't trade from the ranges, from the limits, from the limit of the zone. If you don't trade from the zone, you're gonna be, you could be in trouble. There's no clear path for gold. Right now it's bullish, obviously, but the 4 hour was bearish up to this point. We are at a key zone. We grab liquidity. It would make sense to be honest. Believe it or not, the moment I see this, so this is what I would love to see between today and tomorrow. So this is way easier setup, by the way. The moment we see, and if we see 53 level that you all are mentioning, and we see a closure above here and a retest of the 49 zone for a 50 zone, tomorrow should be fairly easy. Today was not easy, not for me. Range, range. Asia really easy. Okay, Asia was really easy. So this sell here that I took, fairly easy. Now from here, you could see rejections again, fall again inside us because this, look, this held structure last time. So it has to break above here. I think it grabbed enough liquidity to break it, to be honest, but we have to see. But I think it did. Look, it grabbed liquidity twice from the same zone, so it should have steam to break this little guy here, push up to this guy here, and from here is where I would actually see. This is the 50 zone. So from here, this kind of days, gold can kill accounts for sure. Yeah, for sure. If you're not quick with it, I mean, we're scalping, but if you're really, you know what? Okay, let me do something also. Let me put my swing trader hat here. Let me do something here. Let me put my swing trader's hat. Let me do some. Let me see if I can. If I had, I missed. Like I wasn't paying attention to swing trading setups. Oh yeah, I know why now. I can see again. Yeah, okay. So my swing trading setup would be a sell from here. I already shared that one with everybody. If you ask me why, because I would go with the weekly for swings. So if I went swinging, I go with the weekly. Weekly is bearish, so I would aim for a weekly level limit. Everybody can see this. This I'm showing you the little trick I use for the swings. This up here, the 1876-75 area is the area of interest for me to swing it. I would expect price to reach here between this week, next week, see if it reacts, and grab the limit entry. The moment I grab that limit entry, should be good enough, should be easy. And then, this is where we're bouncing. Yeah. And if we get there, I would actually consider a good swing to sell this, potentially to revisit down here. Now, keep in mind, the moment I enter, I'm gonna enter at the limit, meaning I will have enough space to be wrong. Meaning I will have, I'll be able to get out quickly and put stop loss at break even, just in case it is not really a bear continuation, but that maybe gold just wants to keep going up. So if that happens, I'll be fine because I'm gonna literally sell the limit. But I think today we continue pushing up because that grabbed way too much liquidity from down below here. So it should be pushing up towards that zone that we talked about. Let me see the lower time frame. It should be pushing up at this. Yeah, there you go. Look, it's still pushing up. Yeah, look, we should be seeing this zone here at 1850 area. So anybody that wanted to get the entry, yeah, buys were justified above here. Like I said, buys were justified above here, not inside of here, because here you don't really know nothing. This is a range area, and this was so just so you know, the only reason why I also took this sell here, I already explained it, but also I've taken this 1,000 times, I think, by now. Not 1,000, but at least 100 times in the last 2.5 years. Be careful here. Remember this. This is the zone that rejected the structure, and we could. So today could be a range day for sure, and you could be trapped in, you know, in late entries. I wouldn't enter anything inside of here. I would enter only at the limits. This is a zone. If you want a rejection from here, and you see a rejection from this little guy here, this 1846 zone, that would be better if you're looking for buys. I'm not looking for buys. I'm not looking for anything anymore. This I missed, so I'm gonna erase. This I got. PE. This one I won, and I think I'm done today. Woo! But that was a tricky day.
I had a question. Sorry for interrupt you. So for instance, I thought that you took that sell. So, like that could be considered basically a fake up or like a liquidity graph, but you were in it, and thankfully, it's something that you have done many times, so you kind of have mastered that. But for I guess rookie traders or people that are beginning to trade, how can we identify those type of fake outs in the sense that we are not in a sell, but we're looking, okay, this is a liquidity graph. It's going to be a fake out. It's trying to like basically activate the buy stops at the bottom there to continue going up. Is there a way to identify that, or kind of
Yeah,
like, okay, I'm not going to get in a sell. Let me just wait and see what happens?
yeah. The biggest big away, the biggest yeah, the biggest giveaway, like the biggest telltale, the biggest factor that determines for me personally that you're in a zone that you could get faked out really easy is when you see a lot of wicks in the zone. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, when I know it is a key level. For example, I already knew this zone here is a key zone because this is the 1840 zone, and it when you look left. So if you look left, you're always gonna have the story, the full story. Look, we had when we came up here the first time, we formed nine supports on the 1 hour here, form resistance inside. So this means this is a nice range area, right? And then for whatever reason, obviously this is a key level too. I mean, mostly because of the rejection of the structures. You're gonna notice this. That's why maybe this grab liquidity from here. But most importantly, you see a lot of wicks. Look on the 1 hour. You see a lot of wicks in the 1 hour visiting here. Even if you go on the 30, I think you're gonna see them. Look, well, I mean, obviously you can see this. Look, big wick. Look, this wick came from here down to here just to close here and push up price. So that's how big this whole thing is. Inside, below here, up, down to here. And then you go left and look at this shit show that you have. Look at this. What do you see? Look, a bunch of wicks, a bunch of wicks, a bunch of wicks. So this that you see here is not the same thing you see here. So when you see this zone here, you see big bodies. You don't see, like obviously you're gonna see wicks, but you see mostly big bodies, right? Body, like everything. So the zones are like neighborhoods. uh, you're either in a good or a bad neighborhood. If there's a lot of shootings, it's a bad neighborhood. If there, it's peaceful, it's a good neighborhood. The GDP data was bad. Was that a reaction to the NYSE Open? Honestly, yes, yeah, it's definitely a reaction to the NYC opening. And also, you can tell they actually faked out a lot of retail traders. So the way they faked out everybody here, look at me telling fake like I'm not a retail trader. Like this is nice liquidity now to keep pushing up. So yeah, I like I'm a the way they faked out almost everybody for sure scalping was by doing this what they did. This this here, I don't think this is the fake out. I think this is the fake out. There you go. We're gonna break this. Yeah, that was nice. Look, grab the liquidity from the zone and let's see if it breaks. But it has the steam. Look, the 15 minute looks healthy enough to break all of this, come back to here. Hopefully it does that because I really want easy buys tomorrow. And this is a messy range. I love it when I have a clear path of action. So yeah, I think this was the fake out. I think this one was the fake out because this one was for the big guys or swing traders like me. Sometimes when I'm traveling and stuff, this is what I do. If I'm traveling, this is what I do. I just do this. If I would have seen this traveling, I would have been doing this. I would have placed a buy stop above this, and I would have been placing the stop loss below here. And like if that was my bias, right? And I would have been doing this, for example. I would have been placing the stop loss below the zone. I would have been placing a buy stop above the break of the all of the range, and maybe I would have been even trigger here. Let's say I got trigger here. I was safe because I'm taking is 197 pips with 80 pips stop loss. But the scalpers, when we scalp, we don't take 80 pips stop loss, right? That we just keep it tight. So here they grabbed like everybody that was trying to figure out how to take a buy continuation here, and this is what they did. We even called it right as it was happening. I said, hey, maybe as we break above here, this goes up. Even I thought about it, but I said, let me wait for the closure. And look at what it did. No, I didn't even say, wait, let me wait for the close. I only was calling it because I didn't want buys still until I see. Oh, what I said was what happened here, the confirmation, right? So he gave the confirmation finally. You want the closure, you want the support to buy. If you were scalping this, but look at this. This people enter here for sure. Let's say that's a closure. Look, this is a nice closure. So maybe people started entering here. And if you were smart enough to place the buy stop above the wick, you would have been fine. But most of the people entered here, and even as it was coming down here because expecting continuation. Maybe you place the stop loss below here, and all of this took everybody out. So yes, this could be a fake out, but to me, this was the bad guy because this was the guy that told people to go in, and this is just triggering all of those sell stops, stop losses, and then boom, you grabbed all of the orders, closed here, and the real entry was either here or the 1 minute setup down there that Rafael talked about. Joel, are they? Who are they? The like big banks or what? The Fed? When I say big banks, I mean when I say they, I just talked about just talk about the big guys that move a lot of liquidity. They look at the higher time frame. I remember there's a good interview if you guys want to have fun with how the banks really trade. There's a good interview of a guy that actually um, trains a bank trader setup because banks also use a lot of high frequency trading. But the guy actually trains traders for banks. I forgot his name. Let me see if I remember his name. Wait, give me 1 second. And he explained. I remember that interview. It was not long ago. He explained that the banks don't look at none of this below here. They actually only pretty much look at the dailies. He said if you want to trade like the banks, just look at the daily and above, and you should. And there, that's the that's what there you they have no advantage on you because they look at this, and it doesn't matter how big you are as a bank. That's what he was explaining. They individually cannot move price enough to break a daily structure. Does that make sense? Like one bank, it doesn't matter how big it is, cannot break even if it wants to, even if that big bank wanted to manipulate price, it would still not break a daily structure that has been confirmed or whatever. For example, a big bank, this setup here for the continuation of the buys, when it was formed here, everybody was in buys. Even if they wanted to fake you out, they for you to move price from 1816 down to 187 and fake out people, you wouldn't have to move such a massive amount of money in the trillions even or the billions for sure that there's no bank that can actually do it. That was what he was saying. I don't, you know, but it makes sense. So if you want to play with the big guys, you actually just look at the big higher time frames, because if you want to play with the big guys on the lower time frames, and that made sense too, especially now that I know way more about high frequency trading than before, because I was about to set up my own a year and a half ago, and I even had all the negotiations with the brokers and everything. I was gonna have my own broker. We were gonna set up the high frequency, everything. I had meetings. I had another meeting with a bank for the liquidity, and they play on the tick level with high frequency, and a human cannot play that game either, because that's literally ticks. Like that's literally microseconds. That's fluctuations of liquidity. That's a game you cannot play. So we make money. Obviously, you're gonna say, then how are we making money with the 5 minute candles? Well, I mean, yeah, we're doing that, and we're doing okay with that in 15 and 30, because we are going with the setups. But if you notice, when we go for a setup, we're trying to go from a big zone, from a big liquidity zone, like from a daily zone or whatever. This makes sense now, without any chart, without any drawing. This makes sense for the. Looks really nice for the continuation up. That's good that we're out of this. I didn't like this range here. It's really good that we're out of it. Uh, but I don't know if that makes sense. Let me find you the guy so you guys can see the interview because it was a nice interview, to be honest. I think the guy was. Give me 1 second. Gonna share you with you the link. He's a well-known person. I investigated him. I investigated him, and I think you guys can actually learn some. Oh wow, what's going on? So many. Oh, this is people just chasing cloud. Like this is people chasing. Look at this. Look, I was looking for this. Look at this thing. I was looking for the video for you guys, and then you have people like this. Scam. Look, weeks don't lie. Q banks, Anthony's world, blah blah blah. Obviously, I'm not gonna talk about. I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna put my hands for anybody, and especially not for Q or Anthony's. But we see Raja trading live every single day. That well, I mean, for almost 3 years, and you see people doing this just to get link views. And then he mixed a lot of people because you see there are different traders inside of those names. Yeah, there's some stuff going on, and then some stuff not really going on. So you're gonna have people like that. Look, another one. Oh, I don't know if it's even the same one. I don't see the guy. It's an old guy, and I was checking on his background, and he really does. I'm gonna have to look for it. Maybe I have it saved. Oh, I have it saved in another account, I think. So I'm gonna share it with you guys. I think you guys are gonna like that interview. Really nice interview. Oh, okay. Look. Oh, continuation buys make all the sense in the world on the 30 minute. Anybody in buys, that's a good entry from here. Easy setup. Outside this, easy setup to buy. Yeah, nice. Who was it that wanted to buy in the YouTube? I remember somebody saying, uh, "Nice buy continuation." Anybody that got it, good job. Above here makes sense, especially above this thing that we just saw. You see this, this big guy here. Good buy entry. So good that, like I said, I was tempted to add like a smaller position, maybe half a position there to get it. I'm not gonna do it because this is far away from where I would like to do it. This is the 4 hour setup. This is the level. This is the liquidity range and all of this. Actually, this looks a little bit cleaner. And yeah, like I said, when you see a lot of lines of 4 hour closure bodies in here, you can expect this BS that happened here. From here, you can expect another visit later today, maybe of this level, and that could be. But this has nice liquidity. This has nice liquidity. It should, it should have enough steam. Hopefully, this one you can go back to your YouTube history. Yeah, the problem is this is not in my YouTube of this YouTube because I have like 3 YouTubes. So I think it's in the other one. Let me see. I have it in the other one. I would just have to log into that one. Let me see if I can do it here. Wait. I think you guys are really gonna like that interview. It's just it's an informative interview. It's not like it's gonna affect you because I don't think I have swing trader. None of you is swing traders, right? So I don't think it's gonna affect you much. Oh, look at that. Nice push. Wow, we grabbed the wick, and then the good move was the bullish move. But because I wanted to stick to my bias, like I always do, then following my rules. But here they make sense. Oh, look, boom, there we go. Nice, nice. Coming up. Okay, so I think tomorrow's gonna be such a good day for. We just have to wait for this. Literally, we just have to wait for this closure. And to be honest, that was an easy buy above here, above the week. Today, many people should have been making money with that one. I have the video for you. Give me 1 second. It was trading. I think I have it here in trading. Another thing I can do is for the setups, because this happened a lot when I was in vacation. I was actually waking up at 9:20 and waiting for the 10 a.m. candle. This is literally the 10 a.m. candle. And by then, typically, if price is gonna get out of a zone, it typically does. And I had one of my best weeks when I was trading in vacations, just because I was waking up late. And this would have, for example, if I wake up and I see this as I wake up, this is already done. The reason why I don't feel so tempted to trade anymore is because I already did 3 trades today, and emotionally I don't like to charge myself so quickly, because if I take more than 3, you start to emotionally I start to get emotionally charged. But the setup was there. Honestly, that was justified. But yeah, I already told you. I already made a little bit of profits here, nice one actually, and then yeah, called it a day. But if the setup is there, and if I wake up and I haven't traded anything, obviously I will feel 100% good about just taking this trade, because then by then I would have slept the whole range. Like I would have slept the whole range. This would have been already, the fake out would have been done already. So the entry was just right there. Everything was everything was over when I was waking up so late. And look, this is pushing up. This could even, wow, if it breaks this, the last stop is this. And if it breaks this resistance here, tomorrow will be one of the easiest trade days for me. The moment if we break here and form support resistance here today, I'm willing to. I'm like I'll take it. This is, if this thing goes up here today, I'll take it. And who knows? Imagine if this actually goes up to the 75 area today that I was looking for this the whole week. That would be awesome for the selling it. Wow, that's a weird daily candle, right? Let's see. Wait, okay. Let me go for the. I have it in the library. Here we go. Trading, and I mean library, and now I have to look for trading. The think I have it here.
All right, so hi guys.
No, this is not it. Oh, this is it. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. Okay, I found it. Institutional traders. Okay, I'm gonna give you this video. This is from 2017. Yeah. Okay, let me put it here, and then from here gonna take them to YouTube. So this is called traders versus institutional versus private. This one I'm gonna share it with YouTube now. Give me 1 second. Let me know if you can see it. Let me know if you can see it. Remember to give a like and subscribe, guys, if you really like to trade live, obviously. Got the link? Save that link. And you can open after this. And then you're going to have another one called, let me give you another one. Stop hunting in trading. The guy explains that too. Let me give you this. Yeah, this is David Paul. Okay. This is the other one. You can save this one. So this is another one. David Paul, I think is the guy. David Paul is the guy's name. Wait, let me confirm. David Paul. Trader. Let's see. Remember I was checking on him during those days. Founder and chairman, Global Medical. No, that's not the guy. Was it David Paul then? Well, I mean, you'll see. He's gonna talk about himself in the video. So yeah, I think he's. Yeah, I think it is David Paul. Yeah, American banker. Blah blah blah. Okay, there you go. Let me show you guys. This is the other video. The title for this one is Stop Hunting. And then there's another one. Those are cool things you can sit and watch today. That's if you're done trading. Look, nice rejection from that level. Give me 1 second. There's another one. How to spot trends. Okay, they're like 5-minute videos and stuff like that. But you can. I think those two are good enough. Those two are good enough. And if you want a really good one, okay. Thank you, Scary. Look, there's a good video too. If you guys want to have a really. Oh, that was not even the video. Oh, this is the guy. Is this the guy? Yeah, that was the video, I think. Yeah, that was the video. This is another one that I remember I was watching. Remember, I was trying to set up a high frequency trading setup. So I was researching first on my own before I even had a meeting with people that actually knew about high frequency. And this is another one that I was watching during those days. You can save all of those and watch them. But look, institutional versus private. Look at this. Actually, let me do this. Close here, because if not, it's gonna mess up the thing. Yeah, I do have to go in 20 minutes, like on the dot. But let me show you this. I think this one is the good one. Hopefully, this opens with the other account. Give me 1 second. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Look. Oh, wait. Give me 1 second. Here. Look at this, everybody. This is a good one. 5 minutes only. Oh, wait. People from Zoom cannot hear, cannot listen. Let me share with volume. share with some.
What are the differences in the types of trading that you would give to an individual trader or an institutional trader?
Well, first of all, I've done an awful lot of training at both levels. And quite honestly, there's not a great deal of difference. I do 3-day trading courses for all of the big banks in London and in Johannesburg for years, and there's not a great deal of difference. So I would start them off with a fairly simple mechanical plan of finding a trend and buying a pullback in the trend, as simple as that. Especially at the banks, I tend to get classes that are filled up with CFAs, and that's a really potent qualification. I don't know if you've seen the exams for that, but it's quite scary. They tend to have a belief that technical analysis is like reading the tea leaves. So when I introduce the Fibonacci patterns and whatever, the guys are just shaking their head. That's what the 3-day course ends with. So pretty much teach what I've just talked about. At the institutional level, most of the people, there's not a great deal of proprietary trading going on. Maybe if Mr. Trump reverses the regulations in the US, that will change. But there's not a great deal of proprietary trading going on. So most of the people will be trading flow, i.e. making the spread. That's quite a different world.
So can an individual then be as successful as an institution?
So what he said there, that there's a lot of people trading the spread, that's high frequency trading. That's what I was getting into a year and a half ago. I'm into it, by the way. Many people know here that I have a high frequency setup also with a friend's setup, and anybody that wants to put some money needs to have somebody like that to be able to even a banker would have to be a friend of yours. But they give you like 10%, 12% a month consistently, and that's it. You don't have to do anything. But that's what he's talking about right there at that moment. And like he said, it's not like that's not a game you can even play with, because to get that going takes around, just to get that going takes around $2 million. So just even if you want to play that game, you can burn through $2 million, still not get it right. But yeah, just so you know, that's what he mentioned there at that point.
Trader.
Yes, of course they can, and quite easily, and they're trading much smaller positions as well. I think that it comes back to information and self-awareness. The institutional trader will have access to a great deal of fundamentals in the stock market, for example, that maybe retail traders won't have. And that's where my product Vector Vest fills the hole, and then it gives the retail trader institutional level information to act upon. So the two legs to be successful: quality information and self-awareness. Once you've got the quality information, then self-awareness is the key to be able to keep your mind in this moment, to focus on perfect execution of this one trade over and over again. I have many good friends who are professional sportsmen these days, and they spend a great deal of time focusing, golfers for example, focusing on perfect execution of this one stroke. Not the last stroke, not the next stroke, but this stroke. Who's that chap from here who drives the Formula One car? Jason Button, no?
Yeah, Jensen, yeah.
Yeah, when he's in his little red car, if it is red, I watch it. He's totally in the moment. Not the last moment, not the next moment. He's totally and utterly there. If you focus on that, and it takes normally at the retail level quite a bit of money lost before you realize that that's important. Then you can beat the pants off a city trader. I think at a retail level, if you can manage 10 to 12 shares well, there is little point in having any more than that. Certainly when you get to the institution level or Neil Woodford level, they will have 50 or 60 shares plus in that portfolio. But remember, they've got a room full of analysts, in fact, managing those. At VectorVest, we always say you want to buy the very, very best shares that you can, that are rising when the general market is rising, and then you want to manage them well. Okay, and we have a tool to manage them well. That can be done sort of by looking at the shares, or we can actually set that up in a thing called the Genius, which will automatically tell you when there's some action to be taken. Maybe a share's got to a target level, maybe a share is at a stop loss level, so that can be automated. My son goes for the automated method. I'm but of the old hand.
I go for both. I go for the automated and the manual one.
Still like to look at the charts.
Are there any times when analysts can be wrong? Are there any times when we should ignore what they're saying?
Well, probably half the time. There's a great deal of randomness out there, I assure you. And as I said, in the Forex market, if I can get it right 60% of the time, then I can make good money in the Forex market. With incorporating the fundamentals in the stock market, I can do better than that in terms of hit rate. But I'm still wrong 25% of the time. On the next trade, I don't know whether it's one of the good ones or one of the bad ones. At the level of one trade, the market cannot be predicted.
So you guys heard it. At the level of one trade, the market cannot be predicted. This guy's name is David Paul, I think. David Paul, I think it is David Paul. He's got one video where he explains the thing about the daily. For example, just give me. I have to go now. We already had the trade of the day was literally a wick for me. Best trade of the day was a buy setup right here. I decided not to trade anymore. But the best trade of the day was this one. If you're looking for setups, I always give you a setup for you to play with and back test at home, which is part of what the meaning of this channel is supposed to be. We all learn together, and if I see a setup that makes sense, I share it with you guys. You back test it. If it makes sense to you, you can incorporate it into your roster of setups. This thing here, right here, was an easy setup for you for back test. If you see the 9:30 candle to 10 a.m. breaking a structure, breaking a range, any range that you see, and you see a solid big wick that liquid. So this is important, this reference here, okay? Before I leave, back test this thing here too. If you see a zone that you know is a liquidity zone, it's a big liquidity zone from the past, you can only look left to find that out. Look, liquidity, a lot of liquidity, a lot of ranging in this area, a lot of ranging, and not only that, after we grab this last liquidity, form a little bit of a range before pushing and pulling this like all the way up to here. So this is a nice liquidity zone. If you see price having a liquidity grab, this is literally a liquidity grab, the definition, and you see the body closure at here at 10 a.m., which is a perfect time for this to happen. Between 10 and 10:30, I think I talked about it before, you typically see a wave move of the price and also reversal. So keep that in mind. If you are below the zone, you see reversals. We are above the zone, so you see continuation. That happens a lot. You can actually back test this setup. This is the 30-minute setup. The 5-minute also gave it, but the 5-minute was a little bit trickier, for me at least. I'm going to show you why this here, the setup was given on the 5-minute, but I was done. Because of the closure of the candle, you could actually grab the break above the previous bearish that actually faked people out. So the fake out entry, this was a better entry, and the other entry, which is something that's a little bit tricky, but I have been back testing that one and more. Actually, I've been taking some of them. Was this one? I was done after this. This one I wouldn't take right inside the range, just so you know. But if you see this thing, if there was such a big range here, and I see a closure with such a big wick against a liquidity zone, and it breaks higher above the previous support, typically that's hinting you for a setup to entry, literally at the bearish candle. You can actually backtest that with many time frames. Okay, that's also a setup. This is another setup I'm leaving to you, so for you to play with. The easiest one, well, I mean, the 5-minute gave it too. By the way, this is cool because even the 5-minute gave the setup. Look, came to the zone and flipped the candle. You can, with the continuation, 15 minute, most likely, yeah, 15 minute, 30 minute, everybody gave the same entry. So this is one of those rare times where you can actually go for it, especially because you did this. This happened. So context will always matter, right? Structure and context will always be king. Price levels will always be king. Not necessarily only candle patterns. Remember, candles will change and vary depending on the broker. So it's not only the candle, but the levels. Where did you close the candle? Where did the candle close and what it did? And at what time matters a little bit more, and price levels too. Way more than even the candle formation. Way more. Now, if you see a big rejection and the candle closes above here, now you have a hint. Now, if you see this giving you this fake out candle comes to a liquidity zone that has no business coming to, you can expect what happened this morning, which is a fall down to the zone, which is what we grabbed, right? I mean, I grabbed. And that was the trade for me, literally a wick, because I was hyper scalping. I was just scalping, right? Easiest one was this buy here. I was done with trading, right? And then you have this. This is before I live. This is something, just so you know, I'm in this trade. I took it last night. Decided to. I was reviewing the charts for my swings. Sometimes I review the chart just to see what's going on. And USD CAD. Look, this never triggered. Okay, I had a buy limit for many days here, never triggered. Most likely, maybe I'm gonna get it triggered recently, right? I had this buy limit, that's still there. I placed this day, the 17th. All of those days have happened. Nothing has happened. Maybe and I thought about it. Maybe the buy limit should have been here, not here. Okay, but it's okay. But this one, I have one on US, just so you can see what he said. I'm talking about this and living with this, but the reason why I'm about to show you this is because the guy literally talked about it. That's part of how I swing trade. Oh, that's weird because, oh, I have it in, where is USD JPY? USD JPY? I don't have it here. I mean, I have the entry on the MetaTrader, but I don't have it here. I can show you why. Let me see, USD JPY. Oh, because I have the drawing in the MetaTrader. Look, this is the entry that I had. I placed that entry yesterday when price was here. Got triggered while I was sleeping. And look, what do you see? That was a zone. I already knew this was a zone. Look, rejection, rejection, rejection. Formation here, trigger here. I had a formation here, and now it's about to take me out, right? So this is like a swing that I was aiming for here. Look, if it takes me out, then, you know, it's over. But it's a break even. But this one here, this is the chart where I swing. There you go. Okay, now I have to go because I have something to do really early, and it's not even early enough, but there you go. So you can swing. Let me. It's weird that I don't have USD JPY here. I thought I had it. Let me add it again. Or maybe it's below there. USD JPY. That's weird. That's a chart. Why don't look? It didn't show it. Yeah, remember to give it a like and subscribe if you really want to keep trading and sharing. Yeah, guys, you can share. You can also share. You can also share ideas. Remember. I don't know. Look, it didn't apply. So what's going on here? USD JPY. I didn't hit it. Oh, there you go. Okay. So yeah, look, I draw it in. You know, most of the time I'm not even using TradingView more than just for the streams. But see, it's easy to see, right? Can you see it? Look, 4 hour. Look at the zone here. You have a 4 hour level here. Nice level. Like the guy said, you only have to buy the pullbacks and trust the, you know, the structure. If you do this, you're gonna notice you have here something going on, which has been respected. So what did I do? You notice I pretty much grabbed this wick here, that entry. You notice the point was right here. Stop loss was here when I entered, and no, stop loss was here. The reason for it was this. And then I moved to break even now, which is where I am. I break even now. And the idea was that if this is gonna reject, we can actually drop to here. But now if you notice the take profit is 125.9591, 125, wait, 125, 125 point, around here. Yeah, around here. So yeah, that's a swing. So that's the whole idea, right? If that one wins, it's 6R. Yeah, 6R, which is 2% is 12%, right? Could take a few days, and that's one example. What do you buy? The pullbacks. You should be fine, and you don't even have to care much about what's going on with the 5-minute or none of that. And that's one that I'm in. That's pretty much the only one that I'm in at this point, right? Okay, so have a great day. Great day tomorrow. I'll see you guys again. Live stream might be on Raja stream if he streams at 6:30, and then 9. I guess we're gonna be streaming again tomorrow. Let's see if we can wait for the 10 a.m. candle, and if we're in the range, I'm gonna show you what I was telling today. Hopefully I don't take a trade earlier with Raja or whatever, or if I take it, still maybe I'm gonna go for one more. Okay, so have a nice one. I'll see you all. Take care. Glad to have you all. Thank you, Miguel, Grace, Sanjam. Bye bye. Bye, Vincenzo.